Yeah.
Sure. About home? Mm. Something done, magic done. Oh, 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 oh. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Sure. Hey everybody, well, no one's there, but this is recording, it's just about 8 o'clock. Just wanted to say what's up to everybody out there. I'm waiting for some other people to join. So I'll be just taking some notes down here on my phone, so you can probably, if you're re-watching this, if it's not Tuesday at 8 o'clock live, then that's quite all right. You can go ahead and skip to the next few minutes, and there should be something there as soon as I start. Hey, Amber. I think there's maybe like a 15 or a 20-second delay or something. So you're probably gonna get this and be like, whoa, welcome, welcome, welcome. Download this. Da, da, da. Oh, I see. Hey, I see clearly that you saw me. Oh gosh, that's so funny. All right, so Amber, we're just waiting. I'm just gonna wait for a few more minutes, and if anybody else joins us, cool. If not, oh, we got one more coming. Hey, hey Michelle, what's up? So thank you for joining me, ladies. And oh, see, I don't know what I'm doing. I barely sometimes know what I'm doing. So I'm so excited about this. This is continues to be one giant test in how the hell is Roz gonna make this career situation whole plan work. So I'm excited to do my first paid webinar. So I'm definitely gonna love to hear how you guys like it, what you get from it. Michelle, I feel you on that cooking. I actually am in the middle of a two-part process because I am making fresh pasta. Just why not on a Tuesday? But now the dough has to rest, so this is the perfect time for me to get it in with you guys. Also, just as per usual, I won't be doing this webinar alone. This evening, first of all, look, I have a monogram decanter. Santa bought it for me for Christmas. And in here is Knob Creek Smoked Maple. Now, is that? Mm, mm. Oh, God, yes. Yes, Michelle, nice multitasking. I'm hyped about this. And you know what, Michelle, this is actually the perfect thing to multitask with right now because I want to spend the first 15 minutes just kind of blabbing and talking my mouth. And that's perfect that you can go ahead and eat. I just had a little snackaroo, so when I do my pasta later, I don't have to cook it and then watch it sit there and then not eat it. So I'm kind of hyped. It, dude, Amber. Mm, mm, mm. I got just grew chest here. Uh, ooh, my steak is in the oven. Veggie in the steamer. Hey, I actually have some spinach. I found this giant bag of spinach and kale mix that I'm gonna do a little sautearoo and throw it with this pasta, and hopefully that should be good to go. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and let's get started. You guys are here. I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Of course. Oh God, what the fuck was that? Oh, I don't. Okay, can you guys go ahead and just type something? I see Michelle. Amber. Amber just type something so I know you guys can hear me again. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Oh yay! Okay, Amber can see me. Good. Okay, good. Can you guys hear me as well? Maybe there was just something that Spreecast didn't like that I could sit on. Okay, breaking up on sound. Mic check. One, two, one, two. Okay, so I'm gonna give this another shot and hopefully, oh, loud and clear. Yes, that deserves a drink. Ooh. Woohoo! Okay, and we're back. Thank you so much, ladies. Don't. Oh, there we go. Don't know what the hell just happened, but whatever. Anyway, so here's my goals for this webcast in terms of being a successful gym rat. So we all, you know about how to work out. This is not necessarily about the techniques involved in working out. We know that. But what I've seen throughout the different classes that I've taught and clients that I've worked with, I've definitely noticed a pattern of why and how some people come back and how they get a lot of satisfaction out of working out. So it's not just a chore and another thing they have to do, but it becomes something that really is internalized and a part of their lifestyle. Now, you both are polars, which is, that makes us like 50 feet in front of the competition. So I don't have to explain the importance necessarily of working out. You know why it's important. So I want to talk about little things that you can do when you're at the gym or at the studio and when you're not there that are going to make your time and your money really worth it. So, my first tip in being a successful gym rat is to go to the damn gym. Now, that seems so obvious and it seems so like no shit, Roz, really? But it's important and it's something that a lot of people don't do sometimes because you get hyped and you're like, yeah, I'm hitting the studio 2, 3 times a week. Everything's good. I mix it up, great. And that streak is good for like 2 or 3 months. But then sometimes that fourth month comes and then you disappear and you don't know the name of your instructors anymore. And what's what sucks about that is it takes weeks and probably the first few months to really develop some really great habits. And for various reasons, whether they're on purpose or not, or conscious or subconsciously happening, by just stopping cold turkey for some reason, not continuing to put your health journey first, that's gonna screw with all the gains that you just got, more mental than anything else. And I mean, it's hard for me. Right now, I'm preaching to my own damn choir, except the choir has been deaf for the last 6 months. And the choir needs to do stuff called cardio and not just lift heavy things and put them down. So I find that um, the the people who I'm gonna see 6 months from now, 4 or 5 years from now, they don't let many things stop them from being a healthier version of themselves. You can't be better at pole if you're not going to pole. And we know this, but just take a second and really just think about that. We think so much, I want to be so good at this and I want to get this trick and I want to do this. But if you're trying that every other week, and if that's what you can get to the gym, or, even if it's not pole focus, if it's something else, there's still that consistency factor. So with all things considered, I know sometimes money is a motherfucker and it doesn't help you. And we do have lives. We're athletes, but we're also moms, wives, daughters, superheroes, the whole nine yards. So I understand, it's not every day that the shit needs to happen, but definitely just making sure that this starts a priority and stays a priority. Oh, Michelle, the struggle is so real, though, so real. I'll tell you guys about a little bit of my own struggle right now. So I didn't realize, but I kind of stopped working out for myself. And you would think that as an instructor, as a teacher, all I do is work out all damn day. But the truth is, when I am teaching a class where I'm with a client, I have to turn my focus and my attention on them. So I'll dab in and out. I'll do the first couple of crunches with you. I might do some burpees somewhere. I'll definitely usually do the warm up, which is work, but I had I was assuming that I was working a lot more during those bits and pieces than I think what I actually was. And I started to see that I wasn't being as aggressively active as I had been because my weight definitely started coming back on. I was eating dumb shit too. That's a different story. So I personally see where I pulled back a lot on my own workouts and how that's affected me physically. So, yeah, the teacher, the trainer perspective, this is such a crazy thing, and I'm so glad you brought that up, Amber. Is it's so ironic because again, you assume that teachers and trainers, we got this shit down. We know what to do, we know when to do it. We keep our bodies in perfect shape. I can't tell you. Trainers were some of the craziest people I know besides that, but it is really difficult for us because me personally too, I'm trying to think about myself physically in the long run. When I'm teaching a group fitness class, I get really hyped and I get really excited. So I expend a ton of energy. So it takes work for me not to go full out in every class that I teach. And at the same time, though, I realize, you know what? Your heart rate, you haven't been panting in a while, like out of breath. Every so often, that needs to happen. I mean, my case, like, I love to walk. I'll walk for a mile, probably like 5 or 6 miles a day in New York City, which sounds crazy, but that's actually not that hard to do. And that's great, but my body is so used to that, that's not necessarily having the aerobic benefits that I would love to say that walking 5 miles a day does. So it's difficult as a teacher to make sure that you're maintaining your own training schedule. So that's my first point. My second point is okay, so now you've made it to the gym. I want to make sure you talk to the teacher. Whether you are going in for a class that you've never tried before, or you have been to that class 655 times, it is so helpful to just say hi, talk about your goals, shoot the shit with the teacher, it doesn't matter. And from the teacher's perspective, what this does is it keeps you, my student, on my front radar. And it's not like other now as when I'm looking out in a room and I've got 12 pollers, that's a small group, so I'm still trying to give everybody at least a couple minutes of my personal attention and acknowledge them for every class. But when someone comes to me, even if it's Roz, I'm terrified, but I'm here, please don't kill me, I'm gonna automatically look to that person a few more times and I want to think about, is this right for what Amber said she wanted to do? Amber said she was a little worried about her knee. So I'm going to be really conscious to make sure that Amber's doing this correctly. This strategy has helped me not just when I'm a student and I'm trying to learn stuff, but also I don't know if either one of you are interested in being a teacher, if you already do teach, um, but when I was getting ready to teach, I would tell the instructors, can you please make sure I'm doing this pretty much perfectly? Because this is something that I want to teach and I want to replicate for my own students. So I really need to make sure that I get this right. And if they have said, oh my gosh, of course. And you know what? Why we love to do that too? Because we love to nerd out. We love being anal. And not necessarily just to make you work harder, but we spend so much time training and learning and studying and taking long ass tests. So when somebody values that and they see that and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing, I jump at the chance to give a little extra little love to someone. Now, Amber, I see you here. I get super intimidated even talking to the teacher. Boo boo. I'm going to take a drink for that because that is so real. Whew, whew, yes. Uh, talking now, talking to the teacher, I would love to say, yeah, go ahead. Just talk to us. We're all great. But I can understand if it's not someplace that you've been to before, if it's not the warmth of our pole studios, if it's not the smaller environment, if you're walking to fucking Equinox and you're like, I've never done spin, but I want to try. And, not every teacher is going to be super bubbly and warm. I would if right now maybe asking a question of them is a little bit too much, I think just saying, hi, I'm a new student, just wanted to introduce myself. I think that will start to break the ice. And that will, any good teacher who's really concerned about his or her students, they're then going to take that and say, oh, hey, welcome. Just naturally, they should probably go into, oh, if you're new, stand over here. You'll get a good view, or watch these other students if you can't see me. When they don't take that, maybe that's not the right kind of teacher for you. Or maybe it's not, maybe the first class, that's a bit much to say something. So maybe the third or the fourth time that you've taken that class, and maybe now you see where things are imperfect and the like really legit questions and not just I think I suck at this comes up, that also might be a way of easing your way into that and easing your way into a relationship with your instructor. But I do definitely encourage you is try to sit with that intimidation. And I'm not telling you not to feel it, but don't let it dictate your actions. Don't let your intimidation be the reason why you go to the gym and you just kind of like spin your wheels like a hamster versus you actually get something out of the class. So I definitely think that that's something to be conscious of, but don't let it dictate all of your actions and don't let intimidation dictate your success. That's a great point. Thank you, Amber. So, my third point, after you've introduced yourself, no, point one was going to the damn studio and doing so on a regular basis. Number two was introducing yourself to the teacher and asking them questions, letting them know I need a little extra tender love and care. The third thing is I want you to slow the hell down. Now, I say that I speak this in general terms, slow down. Obviously, I haven't spent tons and tons of time training with you guys. So you could be doing this already, but what I found as a group fitness instructor is people who are trying to make the most changes. They want to max out, they want to burn every calorie, they want to go super fast. They're the ones who fuck up first. I start every class with saying, you move at your pace. If that means you can do jumping jacks twice the speed as I can, great. If you do half the speed as I do, that's fine too. Your form, do not ever let anybody compromise your form. I don't care loud they're yelling at you. I don't care what you're doing, what they're asking you to do. From a scientific, physical, total technical trainer perspective, if your form is incorrect, you will injure yourself faster than you ever thought possible. And a lot of people have no idea what they're actually doing. When I look around in a gym, it breaks my heart as a trainer because most people are really, they don't know what the fuck is going on. They're doing something they read online, they saw some videos, and trust and believe, I love the internet. It is a fabulous, it's a fabulous tool, but if you think about the routines that were created by someone else, most likely they were created to benefit that person's body. And just like with pole dancing, I'm not sure if either one of you consider yourself plus size, but I certainly do. And what I had to learn and had to sit with and cope with is, why is this taking me forever to learn? I don't get, why am I not strong? Well, these movements, they were created by people who don't have my body. They're literally probably half the size of me. I'm about 228 right now, but I haven't gotten on a scale in about 2 months. I'm waiting till Christmas and December and New Year's kind of work itself all the way out of my system. So, but it occurred to me, well, shit, that's why we have trouble. That's why I have to modify things, is because this is based on someone who looks completely different than me. And your body, your physical reality couldn't be any more different. And when you go to a group class and you're already feeling like shit, I hope I can keep up, even if you don't look differently necessarily than some of the other participants, I'm telling you, the worst thing you could do is to just try and keep up just so it looks like you're keeping up. One thing that is, and what I've seen is when I work with my clients individually and I tell them, okay, we're going to do 50 reps, like 50 crunches, which sounds crazy, but you guys have probably done 5 million of those. So when I say we're going to do 50 reps, I don't care how long it takes you. You can break it up into chunks of 5, chunks of 10, or chunks of 25. And that gives my students and my clients so much freedom. Now you can think about what the hell you're doing. You're not just trying to reach that number 50 without any second thought as to why you need to get to 50 or what 50 is going to do for you. But now you're thinking about your form because that pressure is off. And I know not a lot of, I don't think enough teachers and trainers will make that point out loud. They may not say that, but like I said, if they are a quality instructor, if they value what they're doing, they value the progress of their clients, we're never going to look down on you because you're not going super fast, because you're not doing something at the same rate. We're going to see you making thoughtful decisions, and we're going to be so damn proud. So I see you guys got some comments here. Let's catch up. So, oh man, Amber, feeling like the remedial person. This is the number one thing I hear every single day, particularly from plus size men and women who are embarrassed about being that remedial person, that they're going to walk in and everyone is not only going to be half their size, but they're going to be fucking crushing it and killing it. This is where you need to grab your proverbial nuts and be comfortable being in last place in the race. It has taken me 9 years in my modern adult gym rat hood to be okay with that. And from a personal sort of stance, and again, from the trainer's point of mind, again, there's this pressure if you're a professional to be the biggest, baddest, strongest in class. But the reality is that I got students who are definitely bigger, badder, stronger, and in better shape than I am. And it is a huge, big ass slice of humble pie that I have to eat. And once I learned how to do it, it didn't feel like competition anymore. It was, I'm excited for them. I want to see them grow and fly from the nest. And one class that, thank goodness, I'm still really consistent in taking is one of my best gym friends, Brooklyn Siddell. Now, to paint this picture, Brooklyn is like 5'6". She's probably about 120 pounds. She's probably about 8% body fat at this point. She is blonde, she is white, she is bubbly, and she is 26. So the complete and utter opposite of what I look like. But we're both in the front of the room. I'm like her sidekick. I'm the Robin to her Batman in class. So we're in the front of the room, and when she's doing, you know, full out lunges and moving faster in front of a room full of like 40 people who also look like her, I slow the fuck down. I can't move as fast as she can with everything. Sometimes I will do the modified version of a plank because if I need to hold it for a long time, I know I can hold it if I modify something versus trying to always do the hardest thing and not give myself 5 minutes to breathe and to think about how can I successfully get through this length of time. And it's awkward because sometimes I feel like shit. Shouldn't I be as fast as her? If I'm sitting here saying, oh, size doesn't matter, I'm still an athlete, but can you keep up with other people? And as I said, I've made my peace with that, or a good like 85% peace with that. And it is so freeing. It's so nice to walk into a room and not automatically feel, oh shit, I already lost. But now, this workout is about you. It's not about those 50 other people in the room. It's not about the instructor impressing him or her. It is about you doing you. And that is when this becomes a lifestyle. And it's not something that you have fight, fight to do, to muster up the courage to, no, because once you found your nuts, you're not going to let them go. So, Michelle, I see some comments here. Let me catch up with you. Some things come slow and don't look good on my body. Psh, yeah, I don't know. No, I do what looks good on my body and not skinny mini. I need a sandwich. This, this right here, doing what feels good for your body is going to make a huge difference in your confidence as you approach fitness and working out, and particularly trying new things. I, it is easy to think that you suck at life. Like, let me give you an example. Aerial inverts, like when you're off the floor. I've gotten probably six in the last 8 years of actually doing an aerial invert. And sometimes it comes and goes, and I'm like, fuck my life. Now, for me to get there, I'm like, shit, this sucks. I should be able to do this by now. It's been so long. You guys already know the whole downward spiral. But once I changed it, instead of inverting so I can do my butterflies and a whole bunch of leg hangs and stuff really high up on the pole, I started side climbing and coming into a jasmine drop, which I will send you guys if you want to see what that actually looks like, since you're pole people and I can say that and it's really exciting. And that was my way of getting into an inverted position, although I wasn't able to do a traditional straight aerial invert. And learning these compensations, it's lonely. Sometimes it's really lonely because I feel like I'm the only one who has to compensate in that particular regard because I'm usually the biggest person in my pole class, even as a student. But I can tell you it is so worth it because even if you're the only person in that room, you go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Studio Vina, and you write about, damn it, I had to do this to compensate to make up for something else that other people were doing. I guarantee you will get 50,000 jillion responses because there is somebody out there who feels the exact same way. The holy shit, I can't do it. How do I work around it? And again, coming back to the teacher perspective, never have I encountered an instructor, a good instructor, who said, oh, she can't do that. She does suck. No. And if a teacher gives you that indication that that's how they're feeling, you better drop that bitch like a bad habit because she's not working well for you and towards your goals. And oh yeah, and Amber, I see here, I can't chop her yet. This is what I have for a chopper. This is how I feel about chopping. Yes. Anyway, uh, my poor abs and my belly got in the way doing a move the other day. You know, on the pole and off the pole, there's a lot of things that even if you're not plus size, the way your joints are set, the way the length of your bones, the width of your bones and your joints, those are things that you cannot control sometimes, and they have a huge impact on what shapes you're able to do or what exercises you're able to successfully complete and some that you need to modify. I have had women close to 400 pounds. They are rocking the shit out of some cardio, boy. But as an instructor, I've become conscious because if I say, okay, let's do a plow meaning, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but you lift your legs up into the air and then you kind of let them fold over your face. If you're not sure, Google what a plow looks like. A plow is cute if you are a C cup or below. But when I plow, so I have to, I have to put my head sideways so I can get some air, because otherwise, this is how I plow. They don't get it. They don't get it. So, yeah, so that's something, again, that doesn't, and because you have to modify something, that doesn't mean that you are less than, or you're not as strong as, you're not equal to. It just means you're doing a different type of something. A plank is an excellent example too. I can only do a plank on my wrist, but for so long, and then my wrists hurt, and not necessarily because they're, well, I'm sure they probably could be stronger, but they hurt. But that doesn't mean that my plank on my knees or on my elbows is any less valid for the 2 minutes I make people hold it than if I was in a full straight arm, straight leg plank. So this is something I swear I can't tell myself enough. I can't tell it to my students enough, and I can't tell it to all of Team Diva enough. Is if you need to slow down, if you need to modify, that does not mean worse than. It doesn't mean less talented. Your timeline, the way your body shape is just different. And we associate different in sports and athletics as bad, and that's just not true. I'll tell you though, it is gonna take mental fortitude and a stubbornness not to give up. It is that, as I'm sure you guys know and as you felt perhaps, it is, sometimes it hurts. I have left many a pole class crying because everyone else is up in the floor and I'm on the air practicing these fucking goddamn choppers. And they're chopping and leg hanging and jading and all sort of shit. And I'm like, still not there. But this mental fortitude, you have got to keep going and to keep trying. This is also why it's so important to talk to your instructor and to have a really good relationship with them. So that way, if they say something insensitive, you can put their asses in check. If you if you need help, if they don't know who you are, if we don't know that you're struggling, we don't know how to help you. And I want you, if you're paying, I don't care if you're paying $5 or $500, everyone leaves my class knowing I give a damn about them. And this is another future teacher tip for you guys too. It's so important for you to acknowledge, even if it's not a 20-minute conversation, even if you know the whole history, just acknowledge everybody in that room at some point. It makes a huge, huge, huge difference. And Amber, I have wanted to walk out of classes and never come back. And in fact, I've asked teachers, I said, you know what? I'm sorry that I took a spot here. I probably shouldn't be in this level 3 pole class with Sam Star. So maybe I should go to 2. I'm sorry if I came and disrupted the class because I need you to go slower or re-explain things. And this is with Sam Star, by the way, at Body and Pole. And Sam Star's like, bitch, shut the fuck up and come back to class. She probably used different words, but that's what I needed to hear is shut the fuck up and come back to class. Because like I said, instructors, the good ones, we don't give a fuck how much you fail. We're so excited that somebody else believes in our fucked up, crazy, broke ass career path that all we want to do is teach you. All we want to do is coach. And quite frankly, if everyone picked everything up very quickly as they want to pick up, do you know how much harder my job would be if you guys were perfect? It would take me, I would have to make them new lesson plans all the time. I already can't keep up with all this bullshit and everyone's vortexing now and a bird of paradise and an owl of prey and people are just levitating. Like bitches are just levitating on the pole at this point. And I'm like, can we slow down for 5 minutes? So if you guys nailed everything on the second or third try, or you moved up, you were doing all this crazy shit in the first 6 months of pole. What the fuck am I gonna teach you? And Amber, you're certainly not alone about apologizing and feeling bad that you took up valuable space because when you feel like you're losing, you're the worst one there. You feel like you're wasting other people's time. And somebody who could be, who could perform better than you, they probably should have been there. And you belong below, below them, below that class. No, no, you do not. Let me say that again. You are not below anybody at your studio. You are not below anybody on a pole, hoop, or fabrics, our fun trio. You are not below and less deserving of your instructor's time and their knowledge and their effort as anybody else. Wait, did that end up making sense? You know what I mean. Don't ever feel like you have to apologize for asking an instructor to do their job. It is our job to answer your questions, the same questions, on and over and over and over. I make the same corrections every week. I give the same spiel every week. I talk about engaging the core every week. And does it start to annoy me? No, because this is what I signed up for. I signed, and I, as in all of us, all the good teachers, the really supportive ones out there, we signed up to help you be a better version of yourself. This is why we came to work. We didn't come to work so you can stay in the corner and stay and stew in your own negativity and feeling like shitness and maintaining the same status quo that you are not a real athlete. We came to work so you feel like Michael fucking Jordan every class, or we think you are. We'd like to think that you are. So if you're concerned about they have to take extra time with me, or I have a question, I don't want to stop the whole class because I have a question, stop the class. Because you know what? At least 50% of this class has that same damn question. Even if it isn't, hey, I can't do this, give me a modification. There are people, even if it has nothing to do with size and weight, there are people you would look at and you assume she could eat Serena Williams for breakfast. She probably has those same questions. He or she may have those same questions, but just like you, they don't want to lose the race. They don't want to be that person in class that holds everybody else up. Because of course everybody else is nailing this and they're loving it and they don't sweat that much and everyone can afford Lululemon pants but you and their boobs, everyone's boobs stay in place, but yours, no. So I would absolutely encourage you. Do not ever feel like you are not worthy of your instructor's time. And you know what? I talked about talking to them before class starts. Shit, you can do it afterwards too. Make sure make sure that way you're warmed up. You can ask maybe as like an icebreaker before you want to talk to them about like your personal like, sorry, hey, my name is Roz. Ask them about something you just did in class. Say, I was doing this. Can you just look at this to see what was going on? And that's what needs to happen. Now, if you happen to be, oh wait, I need to sit first. Mm, mm, whew. Yes, and Michelle, just as you said, I don't give a damn. I not anymore. Not anymore do I care. Because I've also learned the importance of form. And teaching has helped me because again, since I have that teacher perspective, I know that they're dying to answer all your nerdy questions. Oh my gosh, I love when people ask me questions. I'm like, can we talk about what muscles you're using? Oh, does your back hurt? This is why your back hurts if you're making these movements. Or this is why you're over exhausted in your legs, but your upper body is still like bored and not doing anything. So Michelle, keep not giving a damn. Amber, don't give a damn. Join the party because it's fun as hell over here. And let me see. So the last sort of point that I want to make, and then of course I want you guys to keep throwing these questions out there. And even if you have a question about something that's not necessarily related to this particular topic, I am always here, answer, talk about the whole 9 yards. So the last thing that I want to make sure that you're doing is to get a squad. I have mentioned this in, I can't remember if either one of you were in my first webinar, which, gosh, I think it was in October now. That's kind of scary. And I was speaking about 4 ways that you can kick gym intimidation to the curb so you don't feel shamed when you get there. One of them was to get a squad. I'm going to say that one more time. The fourth and final point that I have for you tonight is to get a squad. A squad is a carefully crafted group of people that will cheer you the fuck on no matter what. The squad will include, and sometimes people don't know you're on your squad, an instructor, a trainer, a doctor, whoever the hell is educated and has spent a lot of money getting certified in your particular goals. They're the ones you listen to, not your friend who swore she saw us on Oprah and this worked for her and he told you over there you should really be doing this. No, talk to a professional. Second person in the squad is that cheat meal friend. That's the friend that's gonna go with you to class. You guys are gonna bust your ass during the week, and then on Friday night you're gonna take a shower after class and go out and drink, and maybe get a slice of pizza or two. And no one's gonna judge because she's cheat meal friend, and everyone loves cheat meal friend. She's. They're also. Oh wait a minute, time out. Oh Michelle, you're gonna be on Amber's squad. Oh, guys, friendship. That's so cute. So, um, I'm sorry. I just love this already. Also, besides female friend, besides the professional of the squad, you've got to get somebody who's just going to tell you, damn, that's a badass in the best way possible. Now, I am working on recruiting my own Prince Charming, who I imagine when he's here in this apartment or if I'm in his apartment and maybe I'm just making some pancakes and I'm not wearing any drawers, he just might grab some big old chunk of ass, this much, okay? Just grab a big old chunk of ass and just say, damn, that's mine. I love that. And as much as I need to work on finding that love from within, particularly about my physical appearance, and I know a lot of my fellow gym rats, particularly the female gym rats, I advocate that we're our first cheerleaders. But I'll be damned if it doesn't help to occasionally have the support from someone else to reaffirm what we're working towards. And especially if, in my case, I absolutely need people, not necessarily to just tell me that I'm hot, but I mean, I do like that. When people are like, yo, some them quads, and I'm like, oh, these things, that's cool. That certainly does help, but it when you are still in the process of learning how to cheer yourself on and to be your own biggest advocate and your biggest ally, it really does help when someone else is there to set an example of how you can communicate with yourself, how you can speak to yourself positively, how you can see yourself in something in a new light and not just that girl who is struggling at the gym all the time. Certainly, she deserves acknowledgement, but you're more than that. And every single person on your squad, no matter if it's tough love, Chipotle love, real love, whatever it is, that's got to be their motivation behind all of their actions and all of their words. And if you're not maybe entirely sure of where to go and to building a squad, like as you said, Amber, like I need a squad recruiter, offer that to offer to be on someone else's squad. And you don't necessarily have to say, hi, I'm Cheat Meal Friend, reporting for duty. Although that would be funny. And that would be kind of nice. And some people need that, but even just the little things that we all do all the time anyway. We like each other's poll progress pictures. We send funny memes. We do some cheer up posts when we're having a shitty ass day slash season of poll. And, doing those little things, this is actually how I've become kind of really good friends with people that I've met but 3 times. It's not because they're always the one at the gym with me all day, but you start to notice the same names that pop up that like your status, that say good job, that encourage what you do, and they ask questions about what you're doing. And even if they don't ask questions or comment, just when they like something, when they acknowledge you, that goes so far. So I am a huge advocate of putting out the energy that you want to have back to you. And I think if we're going to break this down into whole relevance, is, I'm sure you guys know, there's fights every day. Somebody studio called this one a bitch. Someone did something else. Ooh, we can't talk to her because we're competing against just all the bullshit all day. But I've, knock on wood, avoided like 99% of being in a fight with anybody because I smile and I don't engage. I read comments. I troll comments like a motherfucker when someone's in a fight because I need to know. I need to keep an ear to the streets, but I don't say shit. And you know what? That has opened up so many opportunities for me to be. And now I got a squad in Champaign, Illinois. I got a squad in San Francisco when I go there. I've got Atlanta peeps. I've got Massachusetts. And had I not just said, "Oh, nice job," or "I like those shoes," I'm not sure if I would have as many people coming to me and saying that to me. And I'm so grateful. And I think gratitude can never be overdone. And I don't think it can ever get old, get stupid. If you're genuine about saying thank you to people, thank you for acknowledging me, acknowledging my emotions, even if you don't fix it, I don't need you to fix it. I just need someone to hear me out and to say, damn, that shit sucks. It makes the world of difference. It makes such a difference, and especially with me, I'm emotional. I'm really emotional. I'm super sensitive, and I'm a fucking asshole to myself. So I actually, oh my gosh, guys, I was at Barnes and Noble today because I was looking for another book that my therapist recommended for me to read. And they didn't have that book in stock, but they had this, The Confidence Effect. And this is Every Woman's Guide to the Attitude That Attracts Success. Now, I've read 7 pages in it so far. I literally bought it this afternoon. And it's a really scary thing for me to read because I don't. People think I'm bursting with self confidence and that I'm the most assured person and I love myself. Fuck no. So the hardest thing for me to do right now is to be my own ally, and this is why I'm not baffled, but certainly beyond grateful that other people see all this stuff in me that I can't see in myself yet, or that I choose to ignore in myself, if we're actually telling the truth. And it holy shit, it just really when I it's what like the squad is the reason that I didn't give this shit up yet. I sincerely do believe it wasn't because of my own tenacity. It was because I had people looking out for me, and they wouldn't let me fall, even when I was trying to purposely trip over myself. If that makes any sense, hopefully it does. And oh man, both you guys, Amber, I'm the biggest asshole to myself. Guilty. Michelle, it's so hard to look at yourself positive. Isn't that some bullshit? I mean, man, we can look at each other, we can analyze the fuck out of why someone is an incredible unicorn made of gold with no student loans and they're perfect and they have sex all the time. We can do that in a heartbeat for other people. But when it comes to ourselves, I will be totally honest. I have not figured out how to do that. And I've been in therapy since forever. And I've it's not like I haven't tried and not like I don't know steps that I could take, but I'm still terrified to take the steps that I need to because if I start to love myself, I'm gonna have to treat myself well. And I don't know how to do that. I'm really good at tearing myself apart and think about all the negative bullshit. I can do that with the best of them. But how to build my own self up, I'm not there yet. I am not there yet. So I'm not even gonna attempt to give you guys the secret sauce on how to do it. What I would love to say is over the next few months, over the next few years, I'm gonna have an answer to that question. I'm going to tell you exactly how I've been able to see myself the way that my friends see me and speak to myself the way that my parents speak to me and not the way that I speak to me. That shit's crazy. Oh, of course, Michelle. Then you worry about if people would thank you, oh, think you are too full of yourself. Jesus. I have read countless articles, and actually, this book has a very much a woman in the workforce setting to it in terms of confidence and the effects of it and the effects of not having it. And one of the first things it says is one of the myths about female confidence is that we're gonna turn into a raging bitch. And other people are gonna think that we are a raging bitch. And they're gonna say, the fuck are you doing? You're not that cute. Sit down. It's this is something that's not it's not gonna change easily at all. Especially if you are really good and very skilled at calling yourself a piece of shit. If you're good at that, naturally, it's you're probably not great at telling yourself, but you're still pretty dope too. And if it took you years and a whole lifetime to get comfortable being a piece of shit, feeling that way, it's gonna take probably a couple of years to flip that mindset. So give yourself time to change. Really, time to change. Not 10 minutes, not in the next 6 months. Give yourself a while to change. And make sure you're surrounding yourself with people that are all about that change. If they're not about that, bye, Felicia. I'm just saying. So definitely so important. So important. Oh, and then being single as fuck doesn't help. We're not even gonna get into the plight of my vagina. It's just three of us. So let me break this down for 2 seconds, guys. My vagina is ready to up and walk away from me and divorce me. She is so hungry, and if she does not get fed on a regular basis, she's not happy. Right now, she's about to jump into my intestines, funnel through my stomach, up to my throat, and stab me in the brain if I do not find a penile playmate for her very soon. I'm going to stop myself there because I could literally go on about the plight of the single woman for a very long time. But I won't. I won't. I will save that for another webinar. Mine is going to deploy this. No. My dad is not living her best life either. Now my vibrator, on the other hand, oh man, I get it. Okay, one time for the magic wand because she has put in overtime on the overtime. She doesn't die, and I love her. She's the reason why I can still have some sense of sanity. Without her, there would just be nothing. I would just be on a treadmill, just a slow walking treadmill, just oh. So, you guys have been so wonderful. Before I formally close out, I just want to know if you guys have any other questions, anything that you'd like me to address. Um, and also, I crave, and love feedback. So I would love to hear you guys, was this worth it? What did you get out of it? Is there anything that's missing that you would hope to get out of it in the future? Because, again, so full disclosure, my business activities, there's so much that is trial and error. And so the fact that you guys are on the webinar squad is so important. Just like I talked about those little clicks, just this little thing here and is just so important and it gives me hope. It really does give me hope that what I have to say matters. And I am so appreciative of all the support, every comment, like, every share. Holy shit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Amber. Oh, you guys took notes. That's so cute. You should take a picture of your notes and say, "Oh, I got my study on with Roz and it was cool." And then she talked about her vagina. All right, ladies, go enjoy that steak. If you haven't, hopefully you've already had the steak, but I'm gonna go roll out my handmade pasta. And oh yes, friend request. Hey, friend request. Oh, yeah. Oh, you better tell your workout partner. Listen, he or she, this isn't a game, son. Everybody, the squad is real, okay? And if they're a really good squad, maybe you all need to invest in t-shirts. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You better stalk, damn it. You better stalk away, Amber and Michelle. Just stalk. Do it. Do it. Okay, now it's where I shut up. All right, ladies, I love you. Thank you. Hit me up anytime with any additional questions. They'll probably will lead to another webinar because that's where I've got these ideas so far. And unless there's anything else, go. Go. I just had to put that in there. One minute. You're welcome, guys. Have a good night. Peace.